A big welcome here in Le Mans.
I'm excited for the first round in Le Mans for my time, because it's the first time I've been on this racetrack, and I'm looking forward to have good results and enjoy the nice weekend.
The newcomers are ready to race at Le Mans.
Tracks on the grid, so I think it's going to be a good fight. I will fight for the victory.
It's showtime, and we do everything to win the championship.
Welcome everyone to one of the most electrifying stops of the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. Bienvenue à Le Mans. This is the grid, and we do see 18 teams competing against each other here, and we are ready for race number 1. Today, Andre Kozim is going to leave his team at the end of the season. What a sad news on one hand, but you left the door open for the future. But first, let's talk about this decision of yours. How did that come?
Yes, at the last 5 years, I went with Sven Walter Logistic and the whole team in the FIA European Truck Racing Championship, and I think we have a lot of good times, we have a lot of bad times, and that's the real thing, the normal thing in motorsport.
For the very first race of the weekend at Le Mans, there was high anticipation for some great racing, as this venue always provides it. It was Norbert Kish and Jochen Hahn on the front row of the grid, with Antonio Albacete and Andre Kozim trying to gain whatever positions they could from the very start, but Norby slotted in front, Jochen in second, and Antonio held third. Just behind them, there was a slight bit of contact between Steffi Halm and Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, which would cause bodywork damage to both trucks, eventually leading to a puncture for Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, making his life a whole lot more difficult throughout the race. Sascha Lenz wanted to come through as well after a poor bit of qualifying, and there was even more bodywork strewn across the circuit. He would then focus his attention on Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, and that's where the puncture would come in. Jose Eduardo would have to defend hard from then on, and all of the Chrome drivers were lining up to have a go. Steffi Halm was through first, and then Stefan Faas wanted to try and have a go as well. More contact for Jose Eduardo to contend with. Sascha Lenz continued his charge forward and went around the outside of Andre Kozim with this lovely move down at Garage Vert. But then, as mentioned, all the Chrome drivers wanted a piece of Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, with Stefan Faas, Lucas Hahn and Heinrich Clemens-Hecker lining up with Mark Taylor in the mix. Stefan Faas would overdo it through Garage Vert and have to try and regain positions for the following laps, Mark Taylor putting up a sturdy defence while his teammate Clemens-Hecker was right behind. Once again, it was fantastic entertainment from the Chrome class, and yet again from the Le Mans Bugatti circuit. Eventually, Mark Taylor would have to get his elbows out defending from Stefan Faas, the two of them side by side for multiple corners, with a great championship fight going on in the Chrome class. But Norbert Kish was breaking away at the front, and he took his 16th race victory of the year and surely put one hand on the championship trophy. Jochen Hahn came across the line in second place with Antonio Albacete in third, and with the sun shining, it was a good morning all round for Reveche Racing.
We've been fast today, pole position and the race victory. I think it's everything is going well.
So Norbert Kisch's first win of the weekend almost secures him the championship title. Jochen Hahn keeps it alive with a second place finish ahead of Antonio Albacete. Sascha Lenz and Andre Kurzim complete the top 5. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez completes another impressive victory in the Chrome class, with many of his competitors right behind him.
There's always one truck in front, and that's the Ford F-Max. Hello and welcome everyone to the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. What a special perspective here at the Bugatti circuit. We are here at the Ford F-Max absolutely supporting this series since a long time. It's absolutely glad to see everyone here, the fans cheering. What a great perspective. And yes, welcome to race number 2 at this race weekend, the penultimate round of the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. So we are about soon to see all the contestants starting right now from this grid. Yeah, Simon Reed, it's everyone welcome, and you've been competing here at Le Mans also. Right now we do see your brother Craig then there in the truck. When have you been competing here?
We last competed here when I was driving. Craig was mechanicking in 2016 when we managed to join the French Cup. Yeah, that was a mega weekend because we did a night race on the Saturday night, and it was phenomenal. Before that, my father raced in the 90s. The last time he raced here was in 1996 in a Ford Louisville. So yeah, big changes from then to now. Yeah.
Big changes from then to now indeed, and big changes at the front of the grid as well for the second race of the weekend. It was Lucas Hahn on pole position on the outside line with Jose Eduardo Rodriguez alongside him. Jose Eduardo got the better of these starts and had fantastic vision in the beautiful setting sun. Behind them though, there was shenanigans between Jochen Hahn and Antonio Albacete, with Sascha Lenz in the mix as well, which gave positions to Norbert Kisch. He tried to get down the inside of them and made early ground in the second race. Steffi Halm would then go 3 wide with Antonio Albacete and Sascha Lenz into Garagevet, all of them doing a great job to make the trucks fit through the corner, while there was a little bit more action in the background in the Chrome class, Craig Reed losing out this time. Eventually it was Iveco on Iveco, with Andre Kurzim trying to overtake Lucas Hahn for second position. The latter would eventually get absolutely freight trained off the racing line and would just go backwards. Steffi Halm was next up, while the Titan drivers made their way through. Antonio Albacete followed by Norbert Kisch and then Sascha Lenz. Throughout all of the action though, Antonio Albacete had picked up a left rear puncture, and it was really hurting him in terms of lap time. He would eventually go backwards, losing position after position. Definitely not what he or the team would want in his championship fight for third position with Sascha Lenz. It wasn't long before the Chrome drivers would be catching up to him and overtaking him one at a time. Lucas Hahn, then Stefan Faas, and then Clemens Hecker making their way through. Further up the order, Steffi Halm was holding on to third position, and Norbert Kisch was starting to fill the mirrors with the big red MAN. The pair of them were wanting to catch up with Andre Kurzim and Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, who was still leading the race after a terrific start. Norby was taking it slightly easy though, knowing that he was ahead of Jochen Hahn and needed just a couple of points for the championship. It was Andre Kurzim that wasn't taking it easy though. He was throwing everything at Jose Eduardo Rodriguez to try and take his first race victory of the year, but at the same time hold on for his first podium of the year. Norby tried it at the final corner for third place, but it didn't work, and ahead of them, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez took his second race win in as many weekends, while Andre Kurzim got his first podium of 2024. Antonio Albacete's miserable race meant that he finished outside of the points and lost big points to Sascha Lenz. However, at the very top of the order it was Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, a very happy man, celebrating with his team on what was his grandfather's birthday as well. Brilliant stuff. A really feel-good atmosphere once again here at Le Mans.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you for my family, my team. It's a good victory for me. Good points. I have a good start, secured my position, and controlled the whole race. This is very good.
So for the second time in as many reverse grid races, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez comes out on top overall. Andre Kurzim and Steffi Halm join them on the podium, meaning it's the first time this season that Kish, Hahn, Lenz or Albacete has not appeared on an overall podium. Great stuff though for Jose Eduardo Rodriguez in the Chrome class.
Sunday Showdown. Hello and welcome everyone to the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship at the beautiful, at the iconic Bugatti circuit here at Le Mans. Bienvenue à France. This is the second day of this weekend. Yes, the penultimate weekend of this season, and we're going to see maybe a decision after this race, and maybe the Hungarian powerhouse Norbert Kish is going to be crowned after this race.
Yeah, you know, a lot. I mean, we try to do the best we can, just like every other race so far in this season, and it went really well, you know, so far in this season. So, you know, here we are. I think also this weekend we did what we had to do and win the race yesterday for 20 points, and here we are again in pole position, you know. So I think we did everything we could.
On the brink of taking a record-equalling 6th championship title, there was big pressure on Norbert Kish, but as usual, he kept it cool, calm and collected, starting ahead of Jochen Hahn and Antonio Albacete, with the latter trying to make a move into second place at the first chicane. Sascha Lenz wanted to pick up some pieces as well if it all went wrong. There was slight contact, but eventually Albacete was the one that would be muscled out, and then Jose Eduardo Rodriguez wanted a bit of the fight as well. He was sitting ahead of Andre Kurzim and Steffi Halm, and it looked like soon he would have to do some defending. But at the front it was Norby, from Jochen, from Sascha. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez was knocking on the door of also securing his Chrome Championship title as well, so he had to keep his wits about him and drive safely throughout this one. Steffi Halm was persistent and made her way through in the Iveco, eventually inviting Andre Kurzim into the mix. There was a bit of contact here and there and bodywork flying, but it was great entertainment for the fans and spectators around the circuit. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez was certainly holding his own though, and showing these guys why he is now one of the best in Europe. Andre Kurzim was still trying to get by though a couple of laps later, and in the background it was Mark Taylor and Lucas Hahn that were knocking on the door now. Those two wanted to keep the championship alive in the Chrome class. If Mark Taylor finished third where he was, he would go up to second in the standings ahead of Stefan Faas, the latter falling away from being able to win the championship. But Jose Eduardo Rodriguez was doing everything right, remaining ahead of Lucas Hahn and keeping Mark in his rearview mirrors. Meanwhile, at the very front of the order, it was Norbert Kish extending his lead over Jochen Hahn and Sascha Lenz. Sascha Lenz's mirrors still very much full of Antonio Albacete's MAN. If Jochen stayed where he was as well, he would almost completely guarantee second place in the championship for 2024, meaning he had an unassailable gap over the likes of Sascha and Antonio. There was battles raging further down as well, with John Newell getting past Louis Requenco and having a fantastic scrap on the way there. Behind them we had Stefan Faas and Clemens Hecker in their two Scanias, the two teammates battling away as well. Unfortunately though, as mentioned, Stefan Faas's position would mean he'd no longer be in with a shout of winning the Chrome Championship title. He needed positions and he needed points. Unfortunately, it wouldn't come his way in the end, with Rykwenko and Newell battling in front, but at the very front of the field it was Norbert Kish, supreme as ever. 17 race victories so far this season and a record equalling its 6th championship title. An epic achievement from him and Rivage Racing. 4 championships on the bounce now, a really impressive result. Jochen Hahn was happy with second place, and Sascha Lenz got his first podium of the weekend here at Le Mans. But before we knew it, celebrations began for Norbert Kish and Rivage Racing. Big hugs for the team and great camaraderie between himself and his fellow competitors. Congratulations, Norbert Kish.
What a great sportsmanship we do see here with those drivers. And now it's time for the interview. And of course, he needs some water after this race. Congratulations, 6-time champion Norbert Kish. How does that sound like?
Not bad, not bad. I think it sounds good. Johan just told me that welcome, which is quite funny because yeah, he's 6 already. So yeah, really happy about it. The whole season, I think, the team Rivage Racing did a really good job. We started the season, so strong, 11 wins in a row, which I think even Jochen Hahn himself couldn't do. So I'm really happy about it. And yeah, to close it here in Le Mans is always nice. And yeah, awesome season, very good job from the team, and I'm very proud of it.
We do have a small message for you. I hope you can hear it. If not, I've got the transcript for you.
Oh, okay.
I know that this is Toto from Singapore. I hope you're doing well. I've just heard that you're going for a 6th European Championship. So good luck for that. Or if you want in the meantime, when you get this message, great achievement, and you should drive a Mercedes again, actually. But congratulations and be well.
I lost my notes.
It's nice. Well, yeah, he actually said that I should drive a Mercedes again. Which we know each other. We met already. He gave me the chance to drive a DTM car in 2016 and 2018 when I was driving a Mercedes. So yeah, it's really happy. I am really happy about it that I can hear from him again, and mentioning Mercedes, okay, let's speak about it. I think we're open to the possibilities.
So Norbert Kish's second race win of the weekend gives him his 6th championship title ahead of Jochen Hahn and Sascha Lenz. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez takes another victory in the Chrome class and moves one step closer to winning the championship in 2024.
Pit exit open, ladies and gentlemen, for the final race here at the penultimate round of the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. Hello and welcome everyone. The machines are already rumbling and rattling and finding their spot on the grid right now. This is the pit exit, and as you can hear, there are some trucks getting around the corner. Yes, we do see Steffi Harm. She had a great performance yesterday, ending up on the podium, and a fierce battle against Norbert Kish. And right now it's time for the reverse grid, which means a lot of action to come. Maybe the final episode for Mr. Rodriguez over here. So yeah, this is a really important race for you. How do you get going?
Yeah, I hope have a good start, fix my position, and support the pressure of the other pilots.
With green lights on and engineers overseeing proceedings, it was time to get race 4 underway at Le Mans. It was the same front row as it had been before, with Lucas Hahn and Jose Eduardo Rodriguez on the front row, but this time it was Lucas that made the good start. André Kurzim and Steffi Halm tried their best to get by in the opening moments, and it was Steffi that eventually got through into second place. Sascha Lenz was making very good ground behind them though, eventually overtaking André Kurzim and some of his other Titan competitors. Norbert Kish was looking soon to make it past Antonio Albacete, but it was just a constant stream of trucks all the way through the top 10, and it was excellent to watch. Unfortunately, Louis Requenco had gone out of the race on the first lap with a big puncture after contact with another competitor. As you see here though, still a constant stream for everybody to watch throughout the top 10, and with thousands of fans lining the start-finish straight at Le Mans, it was excellent entertainment. Sascha Lenz was closing in on Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and trying absolutely every trick in the book to get by, but Jose Eduardo held his ground and showed his true form. Sascha went this way and that way, but still couldn't quite squeeze the purple machine through, and then a couple of laps later, Jose Eduardo relented. He knew that if he stayed where he was, he would be Chrome champion. Soon Norbert Kish came through, and then he and Sascha started setting about the two Ivecos at the front of the pack. Eventually it was a battle of 4 for the lead, with Lucas Hahn leading Steffi Halm, Sascha Lenz and Norbert Kish. Sascha tried his very best to get past Steffi, while Antonio Albacete and Jochen Hahn still couldn't find a way around Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. Heading into the final laps, it was going to be another attempt by Sascha Lenz on Steffi Halm, while Norbert Kish held his ground in 4th place, just keeping an eye on things and hoping to pick up some of the pieces. This all gave Lucas Hahn a lifeline to break away at the front of the field, hoping to head towards his first win of the season. Steffi was defending brilliantly. It's something we've seen her do before, and she was once again proving her amazing abilities as a defensive driver. Sascha Lenz couldn't find anything to get by her, and as mentioned, Lucas Hahn was getting away at the front of the pack, looking more and more secure for his first win of 2024. Antonio Albacete eventually got past Jose Eduardo Rodriguez after lap of trying, with Jochen Hahn still trying to knock on the door but not quite able to make the progress he wanted. But considering it was his first ever weekend at the circuit, Lucas Hahn managed to round the final corners in safety and take his first race victory overall in the 2024 campaign. Another very popular win. Behind him though was Steffi Halm and Sascha Lenz and Norbert Kish, with Jose Eduardo Rodriguez taking the Chrome Championship title in 2024. It was great to see Lucas Hahn back on the top step, but there was huge smiles all round for Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and his team.
Congratulations, you needed a cool head. How easy and how maybe not easy was it to stay in that mood?
Yeah, it's not easy because I have a little good start and I push in the maximum, but in the final lap Antonio passed me, and congrats to Antonio for pass, but it's a good race for me and a good championship.
How was it in like contacting with your team, everyone? How was on the radio, on the microphone there?
I don't speak a lot with my team. I focus in the race and I push on maximum, and we celebrate now.
I think next year we do a race by race driver, and maybe we are working on it too. That I will be a full driver. Yeah.
Lucas Hahn's first overall win of 2024 gives him a real boost to come back in 2025 as a full-time driver, with Steffi Halm and Sascha Lenz joining him on the podium. Norbert Kish now has an unassailable lead at the top of the championship, with Jochen Hahn only needing a few points from the final meeting to guarantee himself ahead of Sascha Lenz and Antonio Albacete. But there's great battles to be had there, and in the Chrome class, with just one race meeting to go, now we have our two champions in each class decided. Le Mans has, as always, been very, very entertaining for the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship, and we look forward to seeing all of you again in just under a week's time as we head to the grand finale at Jarama for 2024. But congratulations once again to Norbert Kiss and Jose Eduardo Rodriguez for their respective championships.